Good day, this is the Professor, Professor C.B.M.D. Ph.D. And today's Wednesday, November 9th, 2022. It is 4:05 and 28 seconds, a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today's research, television study. So let's hop to it here. Violence on television. The effects can stretch from age 3 into the teens. Date November 8th, 2022. Source, University of Montreal. A new study suggests that exposure to violent screen content in preschool years is associated with heightened risk of psychological and academic difficulties in adolescence. And before now, it was unclear to what extent exposure to typical violent screen content in early childhood, a particularly critical time in brain development, can predict later psychological distress and academic risk. The detection of early modifiable factors that influence a child's later well-being is an important target for individual and community health initiatives, and psychological adjustments and academic motivation are essential elements in the successful transition to adolescence. And so we want to see the long-term effect of typical violent screen exposure in preschoolers on normal development based on several key indicators of youth adjustment at age 12. The research team examined the violent screen content that parents reported their children viewing between ages 3.5 and 4.5, and then conducted a follow-up when the children reached 12. And the follow-up, 2 reports were taken. First, of what teachers said they observed, and second, of what the children themselves, now at the end of grade 6, described as their psychological and academic progress. And compared to their same-sex peers who were not exposed to violent screen content, boys and girls who were exposed to typical violent content on television were more likely to experience subsequent increases in emotional distress. They also experienced decreases in classroom engagement, academic achievement, and academic motivation by the end of the 6th grade. And for youth, transition to middle school already represents a crucial stage in their development as adolescents, feeling sadness and anxiety and being at risk academically tends to complicate their situation. Researchers came to their conclusions after examining data from a cohort of children born in 1997 or 1998 who are part of Quebec longitudinal study of child development. In all, the parents of 978 girls and 998 boys participated in the study of violent television viewing at the preschool age. At age 12 years, the children and their teachers rated the children's psychosocial and academic achievement, motivation, and participation in classroom activities. The team then analyzed the data to identify any significant link between problems with those aspects and violent content they were exposed to at preschool, while trying to account for as many possible biases and confounding influences as possible. The goal was to eliminate any pre-existing conditions of the children or families that could have provided an alternative explanation or throw a different light on the results. Watching television is a common early childhood pastime, and some of the children in the study were exposed to violence, and some were not. The psychological and academic impairment in children is of increasing concern for education and public health sector workers. Problems starting middle school are rooted in early childhood. The preschool children tend to identify with characters on television and treat everything they see as real. They are especially vulnerable to humorous depictions of glorified heroes and villains who use violence as a justified means to solve problems. Repeated exposure to rapidly paced, adrenaline, inducing action sequences and captivating special effects can reinforce beliefs, attitudes, and impressions that habitual violence in social interactions is normal. Mislearning essential social skills can make it difficult to fit in at school. Just like witnessing violence in real life, being repeatedly exposed to a hostile and violent world, populated by sometimes grotesque-looking creatures could trigger fear and stress and lead these children to perceive society as dangerous and frightening. And this can lead to habitually overreacting in ambiguous social situations. In the preschool years, the number of hours in a day is limited, and the more the children get exposed to aggressive interactions on screens, the more they might think it is normal to behave that way. Lastly, being exposed to more appropriate social situations, however, can help them develop essential social skills that will later be useful and ultimately play a key role in their personal and economic success. Good day, this is the Professor of Mathematics, Bioinformatics, and Pathophysiology. This video was created for educational purposes only. Hope you enjoyed listening. Until next time, have an awesome day.